This is the awkwardest part of making a video. The intro.
It's also the part where I'm not used to this, so I don't know what facial expression I'm making.
Oh, you should smile.
Yes.
Hey there guys, welcome back to another video. This is my husband, Timothy.
Hi.
Yes, he's never been in one of my videos before, at least not like looking at the camera and talking. I've done a couple vlog videos in the past where he was in the background. I think maybe one time he said something, but this is pretty...
I don't think so.
I think so. I think there was this one time when we were doing I was doing this vlog video in Switzerland. I'll have to go back and check it. But...
Oh, where did all those waves come from?
Anyway, he's basically never even said anything on my channel. So welcome to my channel.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And so today, first of all, we have a special announcement for you guys, which is the reason we're making this video actually. But I also thought it was just a good excuse to get him on my channel and have him answer a few questions that you guys asked and kind of tell his side of the story a little bit. Okay, we have an announcement. So the announcement is, in case you haven't noticed, we are expecting another baby. I know a few of you have noticed. A few of you have guessed over the last few months here. But yeah, baby number 4 is on its way. And how are you feeling about that?
I'm very excited.
Yeah, he's always very excited. So yeah, this baby is due in about 4 months here. And I'm gonna keep working on producing videos for about 2 more months, and then I'm gonna take a little bit of time off, but we're making sure that we're filming plenty of content so that you guys won't really notice a blip in my upload schedule. That was one of the big reasons why I switched to doing one video a week a few months back. There were other reasons too, which I talked about when it happened, but the main driving one was just that I didn't want to have to film so much extra content to be able to take time off for maternity leave. So that's why you've been seeing one video a week. I think it's been working really well. It has still been less of a load on me making videos because now we've been filming 2 videos a week, whereas before we'd always film 3. So that we were always a little bit ahead. But now we've been filming 2, so it's a little easier, and you guys seem to be really liking the videos that we've been making. But anyway, first let's just answer a couple questions about the baby, because we know almost nothing, but we don't know the gender. We know that the baby is coming in about 4 months. Do we know anything? We don't really know anything. It's a baby.
We don't know, yeah.
That's pretty much what we know. So we're gonna get into some questions for Timothy. I asked you guys in the YouTube community to ask him questions, and you guys came through with plenty of them, so let's get into them. Okay, so I've got the questions pulled up here on my phone, and the first question that I want to ask you, I'm sorry, Lizette, but I find your question a little bit funny. Lizette Chin asked, is he ever intimidated by your power, strength, and ambition?
Oh, wow. So we're going to get back to this, I'm sure, a little bit later with another question. But I've known Gillian for a long time, about 12 years now. And so meeting each other as awkward teenagers was a little bit less intimidating maybe than if I met Gillian today for the first time. So the answer is no, but she is indeed a very powerful, strong, and intimidating woman.
Yeah, so, and I'm gonna try to let you answer as much as possible, but I definitely have some thoughts about some of these questions. So, I mean, basically what you just said, but kind of on top of that is just this idea that from the outside, like watching me on camera and not knowing me personally, it looks like one thing, but knowing someone on a personal level, like most people aren't intimidating or seem particularly powerful. I'm just a regular person, and a few years ago I didn't have a YouTube channel at all, and even now I'm the same person, just with a YouTube channel. I remember when my channel just started to grow, I looked at people with channels that were as big as my channel is now, or bigger or smaller, and I wondered how do their friends feel about that? How does their family feel about that? Do they feel like they know a famous person? And for the most part, the answer is no. Everyone feels exactly the same about me as they've always felt.
Just like myself, like my family and our relatives and friends, we're all very, of course, excited and happy for helping Gillian's YouTube channel has got. But I don't think intimidated would be
Yeah,
quite the
everyone
word.
thinks it's cool, but no one thinks I'm particularly amazing or famous because of it. Okay, so next up, I'm not going to read this whole question, but it came from a channel called Have Fun, and basically he asks that as a man, he thinks that it's cool that you're a stay-at-home dad, but he wonders if you ever feel pressure from friends or family or society to take on a different role.
Okay, so part of this is just like my personal life story, how that has gone. I've wanted to have kids and be a dad since I was 4 years old. So I'm kind of living the dream for me. That's not everybody's dream, but I really enjoy staying at home. And as far as pressure from family or friends, well, at first it was pretty weird, I think, for both of us that I wasn't working, simply because ever since we had been married, I had been, paying a lot of the bills. And I think at this point we're really well adjusted, and I wouldn't say I feel any pressure on that point.
Mm-hmm. And even before that, even when we were both working, something that I think made the transition easier is that neither of us have ever for any very long period of time had like a regular 9-to-5 schedule. You had one job that had that, but for the most part, most of us have had like very variable schedules, whether we were working for ourselves or not. And so we've always spent a lot of time together in our house. We've mostly worked part-time jobs more than full-time jobs. So we've always spent a lot of time for that reason. And then, yeah.
Right.
Okay, the next one, let's go for a quick answer on this one. But how did you two meet? We met in debate club in high school.
We met in debate club in homeschool, high school debate league.
Yeah. Okay, so the next question I want you to answer, because I feel like a lot of people ask sort of a variation of this question, and it's just, how involved in my business are you?
So I'm not involved much in the day-to-day stuff at all. Gillian doesn't treat me like an employee or a slave. But Gillian and I talk a lot, both about what's going on in our lives as well as what's going on in our business. And so I consider myself to be kind of one of your top consultants.
Yeah, you're a very useful sounding board and more than that.
Yeah,
So.
we brainstorm together pretty well.
So
I
he's
think.
very involved kind of like on a personal level, but he doesn't actually do anything for my business at all.
Right.
Okay, so then a few of you asked questions about my schedule and how Timothy handles it and how we like get things done together. So Sheena Vaught asked, how does he handle your busy schedule? And then Melissa Up North said, I would love specifics on how you both schedule your day to take care of your 3 kids.
I would say it's almost easy at this point. She has a pretty consistent work schedule. So whenever she's working, I'm working with the kids. I'm helping them do school. I'm helping them do activities. I'm playing with them. I'm changing diapers and putting them down for naps. But yeah, when we're together, then we're together. And I definitely don't feel overwhelmed.
Yeah, I think that that's something that's kind of reflected in some of these questions, is a lot of you asked things about like, how does he deal with my busy schedule? But the reality is that I don't have a very busy schedule. I know I've mentioned a few times that I work normally about 20 to 25 hours a week. And then I do have other responsibilities. Like my schedule is very full because when I'm not working, I am taking care of the kids or educating them or doing chores, or social things. So my life is very full, but my schedule isn't busy in like a externally dictated way at all, and so it's all very flexible. Okay, next question comes from Winspiration for All, and she asks, did he fully support your decision initially to work from home?
I like that username. Yes. So part of it is that this has kind of been an evolution as time has gone on.
Is the answer yes, or is the answer you had no choice? It wasn't like I was working a job and then I was like, honey, I want to start working from home.
Yeah,
that wasn't how it happened.
That's not how it happened at all.
I started working from home as a teenager and just started like doing whatever I could do to make some money and like trying different things. And when he met me, I was already doing that.
Yeah, I married into this business.
Yeah, so he knew what he was getting himself into. There wasn't really an option there.
So Gillian's been an entrepreneur and do-it-yourselfer for quite a while.
Yeah. So one answer to this question then is he had no options, no choice here. But the other answer is that yes, he has been
Yes,
extremely
very
supportive this whole time. Like, could not really have been more emotionally supportive, and like just has never done or said anything that was not supportive to me pursuing my own goals and ambitions and businesses and all of that. Next question is from My Redemption for His Glory, and he asked, I feel like I read somewhere that you are Christian, but I can't remember if that was accurate or not. So my question is, are you and your husband Christians? And if so, how does your faith affect/influence what you both do?
The answer is definitely yes. I have been a Christian since I was 10 years old, and we definitely consider God's will in everything that we try and do. Of course, we're human, and we don't do it all perfectly.
Yep. I mean, it affects absolutely everything we do. You guys don't hear me talk about it a lot on my channel, but it's not because it's a minor part of my life. It's just because it's not the topic of this channel or the subject matter of this channel, but it is a huge part of our lives. Then a few of you asked about Timothy's professional life. Trisha asked, does he help you with your videos or your content? Leto asked, does he have any job or business he generates money from? And Seema asked, what's his job?
I am a stay-at-home dad, and I don't even mess with the camera.
He would be happy to help me, but he doesn't have any interest in
it's not my proficiency,
videography or photography at all.
And Gillian is good at it.
So yeah, no, he doesn't help me with the videos, and he doesn't work in my business.
And at the moment, I don't have a specific side business, although as time goes on, managing our real estate portfolio and investments will, stuff like that will definitely be a joint effort, but I might kind of be the point on that.
Okay, so there's a lot more questions, but a lot of them are a little bit redundant. Like, you guys asked a lot of the same things over and over again, and so we've covered most of the most popular questions. So we're just gonna do one more. This one comes from Sandra Jewett, and she asks, hi Timothy, from your perspective, what qualities does Gillian have that make her successful?
So Gillian is both really diligent and really creative as far as how she approaches her business. She thinks of really good solutions, and then she keeps trying them and keeps working at applying them until they work, or until she determines that they don't work. And then she pushes on to the next one if it doesn't work, or if it is working, then she builds on top of it. I have had a hard time convincing her sometimes to even slow down, and she's done a really good job of doing that lately. But I think that what makes her successful is her creativity and her drive.
Okay, that's interesting that you would say that, because that's not the qualities that I would say have made me successful. I think that it's specifically my curiosity, and then like a deep down belief that I will figure things out, and specifically just that I'm capable of figuring things out, like having that type of confidence. Like, I think there's lots of different ways you can be confident, but being confident that you are able to figure things out, to learn what you need, I would say that those are the two, because like he's saying I'm driven, he's saying I'm diligent. Compared to some people, maybe I'm not like a very diligent person, except when I'm obsessed with a problem.
Well, exactly, and that's what I was going for.
And the other part of this question said, when she was first starting out on YouTube, did you think she would be as successful as she is?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not because I don't believe in her. I kind of didn't believe in the power of the platform, and I didn't realize how many people there were out there that Gillian was going to be able to help.
Sure, and I think also just that whenever you see something where there's like a chance that maybe you could be successful, maybe you could make it big, you always kind of think it's a gamble. Like, you see someone who won the lottery and you think, you know, just because one person won the lottery doesn't mean that I can replicate. And a lot of the time that's true. YouTube is a little bit different though, but there was no reason for him to know that I would be, you know, one of the ones who made it.
And now that I understand a little bit better, now that you've kind of covered the topic and helped teach other people, and I've kind of been on the other side of seeing you put that process together, I understand a lot better now how it worked out. Like, you know, hindsight is 20/20.
Yeah.
But when we first started out, I was like, okay, this is kind of an interesting hobby.
I mean, I would say that like my opinion of it or my perspective of it was actually very similar, to where like I hoped it would turn into something big, and maybe I had more optimism than he did that it could, I don't know, but I also was just like, let's try this, you know? And sometimes it was fun, and sometimes it was weird and awkward and just kind of a strange hobby sometimes. But as it has grown, like now looking back, it's much easier to see the things that contributed to the success of it, which is fortunate because, as you mentioned, now I can help other people do the same things. So that's just a really cool opportunity. But as I was doing them, a lot of the time I was just like trying things and seeing what worked and not necessarily knowing if anything would work. Okay, well, our time is all up. He's a leader in the youth group. He's gonna go play some more games with the youth groups. We gotta wrap this up so he can go. But thank you very much, my dear husband, for being here on my channel.
He never calls me dear husband except in front of the camera.
And I hope you guys enjoyed just getting to know him a little bit. Leave me a comment down below. Tell me if you wanna see him on our channel in the future. I think we're both like, we talked about this, like very open to him being in future videos if there's a reason. So if you guys have any ideas for videos you would like to see that involve him in the future, then yeah, comment down below and just tell us. We're all ears. But thanks so much for watching. Thank you for being in the video.
Thanks for having me.
If you want to see more videos about success and entrepreneurship and personal development, then be sure to subscribe because I make new videos every single week, and hit the like button if you liked seeing Timothy here today. And I hope you guys are having a fantastic week, and I'll see you next time. Yeah, that's what always happens. The guest is awkwardly like, and bye.
All right.